It's May 21st, 2015. The ice is out at the Air Canada Centre, and head coach Mike Babcock is introduced this morning as the next savior for the Maple Leafs. At least that's what Leafs Nation is hoping, along with Brendan Shanahan. And Mike, I'll go to you first. Your takeaway today from Mike Babcock's first news conference as head coach of the Leafs.
Well, I think what I came away with it is that he isn't going to be the savior, and he doesn't expect to be the savior, at least now. Everybody had questions because of his hunger to win, that could he put up with a rebuild? One of the first things he said is, people that don't think this is going to be painful, they're wrong. And I think if he sticks with that, that's good for the outlook of the team, because this team, we've seen the warts in the roster, we've seen the problems in the dressing room. This is not a quick fix, so you know what? If he's bought into the rebuild, then I think that's a positive.
And Steve, one of the points that Babcock made several times, especially in his scrum with us afterwards, is that the fans understand this and will be patient. Not that they really have much choice, but do you expect that, having been around this team as long as you have and being a Torontonian, that there has to be patience now on the part of the fans, and they have no other choice in that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think Babcock alluded to this as well. I think if there's any market in any pro sport in North America where the fans are going to be understanding about a rebuild, it's here in Toronto. The fans have gone through so much in this city. I think they're educated enough and knowledgeable enough to realize that this team probably didn't even hit rock bottom last season. They're going to hit even more lows that they haven't seen before. But I think the city really understands that and welcomes that. Although I allude to something you said earlier, Terry, I can't believe the Leafs giving up on Horacek so early. But I think Mike Babcock's actually said that. He even alluded to the fact that if there's any city in the NHL where the fans would understand a complete rebuild, it's Toronto, without a doubt.
Well, as you said, Steve, certainly been through it enough here over the years. A few other points today that we should probably make clear. Brendan Shanahan was saying he would like to hire a general manager, but there's no end-all and be-all for him to do that. Mike Babcock told us, too, that the original Leafs offer was for 10 years and that he does not have an out clause in his contract. So certainly going to be interesting going forward here. We've heard bluster before from Brian Burke. We really didn't get that today from either Shanahan or Mike Babcock, and we'll see where we go from here.
I find it interesting that they haven't committed to a general manager, and everybody talks about how smart Mark Hunter is and how key he was to bringing in Babcock here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the guy, especially if he's the guy already working on the draft.
Yeah, I agree, to be. Any last thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I just, as a sidebar, if the Leafs haven't had issues playing and winning in Buffalo before, I think they will really now. I think that Babcock was quite straightforward in the fact that he admitted he had term and numbers worked out with Buffalo, but there was no actual agreement. But you know what? If I'm a Sabres fan, I would be peeved too. And all I know is that barn's going to be rocking the first time the Leafs go in there.
Certainly, and I think the other nice thing about this too is it puts another charge back into the Red Wings Maple Leafs rivalry going forward. That's it from the Air Canada Centre. I'm Terry Koshan, Mike Zeisberger, and Steve Buffrey reporting for Sun Media.